on it, Tay.
But I was going to ask, like, well, how do you stay positive and speak positivity over your life if people around you are constantly always talking about your positive vibes only? How do you then tell your friends, get the hell on because this is the path that I'm on?
Mm.
I think in life, especially right now with this curveball, with this with the pandemic going on, I think it's really hard and important for us to keep our um, spiritual side, connect, gotta stay close to God, however we have to do it.
Yeah. And I want to say, speaking on what you were saying, Tamar, like to have those type of friends around you, you know what I mean? This is how you tell them, and excuse my French, get the fuck on. You get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, man, you know, it's about your happiness. It's not about their happiness. You feel what I'm saying, Jackie and Lamar and Marva? It's about our happiness. So if people are not trying to give us, you know, uplifting things to do and positive vibes to be around, you can't have that because it's your mental health that's going to suffer, not theirs.
That's what Kobe called the healthy selfish.
What'd you say, Lamar? Say it again.
Kobe Bryant used to call it the healthy selfish. Is an important time in our lives that we got to put ourselves first. Mm-hmm. Like you do on the airplane, right? They tell you put your shit on first before you can help anybody else. Mm-hmm. In life, I think sometimes we have to do that.
Well, I call them energy suckers, and I can't.
LEECHES.
And I promise you, I have put people out of my home. I drop people back off home from my car. You can't be around me if you're going to suck my positive energy because I work hard for my positive stance that I have taken. No, for real. Because you get to point where you get tired of the arguing and the fussing and fighting and falling out with people. And then, you know, you can't really manifest a successful life when you are around a bunch of negativity. There is no positivity that can live in negativity. So when you bring your negative attitude and always, I can't, or I won't, or she, and you always got something to say about somebody, you got to go. You can't suck my positive energy.
Hello.
That's strong. Some people could suck your positive energy. I never really thought about it like that.
Oh, absolutely.
And you know what, guy? Go over. What was you about to say, Marva?
I was gonna say, but is there a thin line with people that you love with giving them chances? We were talking about that earlier. Like if you're, say, for instance, in this pandemic, right? I have a friend that, you know, the pandemic is hitting her a little harder where mentally she might not be where she normally would be. But this is a very unique situation. But the pandemic has caused her to have toxic behaviors. So do I just cut her off until the pandemic is done and just hope that she'll come back to normal? Like, what do I do?
What is the relationship taken from you? You understand what I'm saying? You have to ask yourself that question. If it's taking so much of your energy where you can't function and you can't, you know, be in the light, then yes, it's okay, you know, to separate yourself from that negativity so you won't fall into that negative space. You know what I'm saying?
Anything allows you from being your best self, then I would say probably.
And this may not be you guys' season to be together. Like people have seasons in our lives, and maybe this season just isn't the season. Maybe 3 or 4 seasons later, y'all reconnect, and that's perfectly fine. But if it's draining and taking everything out of you right now in this season of your life, you gotta let it go.
Yes, you don't want nobody to drain you. You know what I'm saying? Because draining. Hey man, I know about draining because they call me Draino, so I know how to drain. You know what I mean? So when you drain,
what you know? Why they call you that?
No, it's a long story. We can't talk about that. You know what I mean?
We got time. We
don't have time to talk about this. It's about y'all. You know what I'm saying? This is about y'all. But here's what I want to say though. I want to talk about this. I'm gonna go to break because I want to keep on talking about these things because it's getting deep. I want to talk about because I have empathy for Lamar and Tamar because a lot of people stay on their shoulders and get tall. You know what I'm saying? And that's a real blood-sucking individual. We want to talk about blood suckers, you know what I mean? Stand on your shoulders and get tall, you know what I mean? So we're going to be right back with the Mike and Chop It Up with Mike and Donny with my beautiful co-host, Tamar Braxton.
Listen, I'm your fill-in, your co-host for the night, Tamar Braxton. And I am so excited about this conversation. First of all, I just want to give a shout out to all of my guests. Lamar Odom, get my paper so I can make sure I got this right. Lamar Odom, Jackie Page, and Muva Chocolate. And we're talking about toxic relationships, and something that Mr. Donny said before we went to break was talking about gigantic leeches. That means people who step on your back, people step on your shoulders and use you to get to a position that they want to be. Now, Donny, let me ask you a question. Have you ever had that experience before with a friend?
Back when we was in the music business, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I can sniff it out real quick, and you know, I just cut people off. And I think, you know, me coming up how I came up, I don't think people want to cross that line. You know what I'm saying? It's like some people you just don't want to cross the line with. So I think when you like, I'm cut and dry.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it's nowhere in the middle with me. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, yes, I have that experiences, but I usually nip that in the bud real quick, Tamar.
I feel like I kind of go through that experience because I'm in radio. So everybody's trying to get their song played on the radio or get connected with some type of label rep. So on a day in and day out basis, I got people that are like, yo, like, can we be best friends? Or yo, like, I ain't heard from you since 1782. Why is you hitting me up? Like, oh, well, I got this song. No, I agree. I do a lot of the, like, we cut it real short, real quick, because
staying close to you because of what you have and what they can benefit from. That's like number one toxic role.
Yes, it is. That's super toxic.
You mean the friend who's the friend to benefit?
Yeah.
Yes. Or the friend that never wants you to be any more higher than they are, any more lit than they are. I had a friend one time. We were down bad. This is like right after college, no money, struggling to look for jobs. And we got this lead. And it was between the two of us. The lady came to me first to talk about the job. And she cut right behind me and said, you make sure my application goes before hers. Girl, we're at the bottom together. I'm not, planning to leave you. We've been in this looking for jobs, hustling together, but I just couldn't get there first. You had to be there first. Like, I don't like friends like that. I need to know you have my back. I have your back. We're going to ride together.
What you saying, Lamar?
She was putting herself first in an unhealthy way.
Yes. Unhealthy, selfish.
So let's go back to jealousy friends and, jealous co-workers, and you know what I mean, how toxic they can be, you know what I mean, in our profession, and how we deal with that. Even jealous guys, girlfriends, you know what I'm saying? Because, talk to me.
I don't know. I guess for me, I feel like I'm a woman specialist because
who's a woman specialist?
Tamar.
Sure.
You need to rap with me a little bit more.
And I'm a woman myself. There's no woman that I am not acquainted with. Period. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can kind of feel out the intentions. I want to talk about girlfriends for a second.
Yes.
The intentions of your girlfriends. How should we scan? I want to ask Mother because she's from the DMV and she know what I'm talking about. How do you scan the intent of a girlfriend? What are some of the clear signs?
Wait a minute, Lamar. Hold up, Lamar wanted to say something. What you about to say,
Lamar?
I gotta ask Tamar, how do we find out the intent of a girl?
Ooh, let's get deep.
Yeah. I mean, a girlfriend meaning a girlfriend, what we call it.
I can't go through what I just did.
I think a woman gives it up the first 30 seconds of you meeting her. You know exactly what her intent is, no matter who it is that you meet.
Hold up. I feel for my brother Lamar. Lamar, what did you go through, brother? What did you go through?
Storm too long.
What did you go through, Lamar?
The storm.
What type of storm was it, brother?
I mean, I'm trying to, you know, at this point in my life, when I deal with a woman, the first thing I'm on some like, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm gonna try to be better than I was in the last relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's not being, you know, reciprocated, and if somebody's not giving me the thumbs up for that, then I'm, you know, it has me in a lost situation. It's hard to deal with things.
So in this situation, you talking about you wasn't the toxic one. She was the toxic one. She was a liar, a scheme and a scam. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, when I step away.
Toxic can be involved in this.
And
your family, your friends, those people that are real tight with you around, to start picking out the stuff that you can't really see and you can't smell. Because sometimes we get into situations and we can't smell the funk, but everybody else around us can. And that's when you need them people to come in and start smelling that funk and be like, hold on, wait a second now, pump your brakes.
You never know if your house is stank because you live in it.
I want to say that the Chop It Up with Mike and Donny with Tamar is a real therapeutic type show. And you know, we do therapy on the show, and I still want to ask Lamar, like, how did you, what type of storm you was going through, brother? Because I want to help you, man. I just want to help you because this is therapy, man.
I mean, Shorty was just like emasculating me and, you know, just beating me down and taking money out of my pocket. You know what I mean? And I can't really stand for that. So I just wish her the best. I'll pray for her. You know what I'm saying? You
know what I like about you, Lamar? And you ain't trying to beat nobody. You just telling your truth.
Nah, yeah, because right now it's really like my opportunity, like to air her ass out.
Yeah, you do that, man. You here with me, brother. You can talk to anybody. You here with me, man.
I'm not gonna really just air her ass out.
I mean, we ain't talking about air out, but get your truth out. We're not talking about her. This is coming from what you know. You gotta speak what you feel, brother, not what you think somebody else think. Talk about yourself and how you feel, because us men, sometimes we don't get to vent. You know what I'm saying? And say, and things come on the blogs and lies come out. And you know, and I can tell, man, I can tell a good dude when I see a good dude. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes this is your platform to tell your truth. That's it. About toxic shit.
Yeah, I know. I gotta hold some of that up for another interview that I have coming up.
Oh, wait.
Well, all the shit yet, but
let me just say this, Lamar. Let me just say this. I just got out of a relationship too, and he wasn't. Well, he was talking, but I'm going to say that I was the more toxic person. Okay, I'm just going to say that everybody got their stuff, right? Yes. But I'm going to take accountability and talk about the toxic that I brought into the situation. It was helpful to me to hear him say out loud the things that I needed to work on myself about. And, you know, sometimes it takes you breaking up with somebody, you losing somebody to really hear, because we all often give signs in relationships, right? But when it's all said and done, when you have nothing else to lose, when you have nothing else to gain, for that person to really hear you, you understand what I'm saying? And not hear from a negative place, and not hear from a place where I want to get back with you, but I want you to take this advice and take it to your next situation. Don't you think there's some things that you need to say to help the healing of the other person? Because I know that healed me when I heard certain things.
Yeah. I mean, maybe if I get over some things, you know, maybe some things I gotta get over first before I can like actually reach out to help her. Maybe and
I believe that because it starts with us. What was you about to say, Jackie?
I'm saying, Tamar, when is the right time to do that? Because when you end a relationship and you're still in your feelings and that person is in their feelings, like, when is the right time for that person to have that conversation with you so you can be receptive to what they're saying so that growth can happen?
Because right after, I am not trying to hear that.
Exactly.
And that might be toxic.
That's the problem with females, and that's what makes us so toxic. You understand what I'm saying? Our power is listening. And that's the one thing that we don't want to do, because we don't want nobody to tell us about ourselves. That's why we can't grow, we can't learn, we can't be in a successful relationship, because if our men don't feel safe enough to tell us how they really feel and know that we're really listening to make changes, they're not going to do that. You're not
And
gonna.
that's why I always say, you guys, it's best to be friends before you can be lovers. You have to like a person. I always tell a person, I gotta like you to fall in love with you. Because if I like you more, you know what I mean? That means if the love leaves, I'm still gonna like you. You get what I'm saying?
You really need your partner to be your friend, because it's some things that happen in a relationship that call for that friendship to be strong. And without that, it's just downhill from there.
And so we got to get all those toxic things out. Don't you guys agree? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What you saying, Lamar?
Yes, sir. I do agree. If you can't be around anybody if you don't like them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I don't care especially if you're having sex with them. That'll make it worse.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, how you get out of a toxic situation if you're still in love with the person? How does that work?
You just got to separate yourself and embrace it, because it's gonna hurt.
That's a fight.
Tamar, time heals everything. You know what I'm saying? So
pain is love.
What'd you say? Yes.
Pain
I love that. Say it again, Lamar. Talk to me. Say it again, brother.
Pain is love.
Woo.
I don't like the stuff.
Love is not supposed to hurt. Lies.
No. Sometimes, listen. If your dude leave and he's in Africa and you don't see him for a long time, you might have a certain type of pain.
Wait,
you know
what?
Huh? What you saying, Tamar? What?
We at
Don't
Donny?
say Africa.
Africa. He's gone for a long time. You know what I mean? And you might not see. You might be yearning or some things like that. I feel like it's good to hurt. You know what I mean? Because you ask the question, like, how do you get over a toxic situation? Well, you gotta hurt. And then once that hurt is gone, then then you can get over the toxic situation. But hurting is good. Hurting makes you strong when you get out of a relationship. It makes you strong. It makes you a better person and teach you what not to do in the long run.
But he said that love hurts. So in an active relationship,
but you never, Mama, that might be Lamar's thing. That might be his thing,
but not Donnie's thing.
No, that's not my thing, but that might be Lamar's thing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a different way of loving and what they feel. We have to start putting our emotions on other people. We have to set people the way they are, or don't get in a relationship, because guess what? Then it becomes toxic.
Yeah. Definitely have to accept when
I say this because I just have a responsibility to say this. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, everybody who's watching this. Love is not pain. Okay, that is not what the Bible says. Not nowhere in Chronicles it does not say love is patient, love is kind, love is pain. Wrong answer. That's not Okay.
And I respect Tamar's there. That's why it's me and Tamar.
But do you think you're never gonna hurt at all in a relationship?
I didn't say that. I just said we have to stop combining love and pain as it should.
It's supposed to go together.
You have pains from love, yes, but love is not supposed to hurt.
Okay, so I want to since Lamar said I want to get his definition is because he felt that way. So let people understand what you meant by that, Lamar.
I'm saying it again. What's the question again?
I said, you said love is pain. You know what I'm saying? So and Tamar said it's not. So I want to know what's your definition and why you said love is pain. Why'd you say that?
I just meant when we love, especially the way I love, I was kind of almost like set myself up for pain.
What's like what? Like what, Lamar?
I don't know, because I don't know if in a girl, if I'm looking for something that I can't find, maybe subconsciously I'm looking for like someone that took care of me, like my mom's, because I lost my mom's at such a young age.
So it might be deeper. It might be deep because when we go through a lot of tragedy in our life, I think we might be looking like something's going to go wrong. In this relationship, it feels too right. It feels too right. I feel like something's going to go wrong. You mean like that? Something like that?
Yeah, because I fuck up everything that I have.
No, don't have that attitude. I'm not going to let you say that.
That goes back to what we were saying earlier about speaking positivity in your life.
Yes.
yeah, you gotta speak positivity in your life, in that relationship, in her life. Like, it has to be a positive environment. Like, if you keep having those same thoughts, like, oh, I'm gonna fuck this up, then that's exactly what's gonna happen. Like, at some point in time, something has to click, and you gotta be like, yo, I'm not gonna fuck this up.
But I feel Lamar's thing because he's healing from a broken heart. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not too far off of that. But the whole point of the matter is you have to forgive yourself first.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? You can't take, just because you did bring some things to the relationship that probably brought to the demise of it all, does not mean you are solely responsible for it. And that's what we meant by when we opened up the whole show about, okay, Donnie said he was toxic. I said I was toxic. Sometimes toxic people can bring their toxicity over to good people and ruin good people.
Yes. Because listen, I'm a man's man, so I'm gonna stay down with Lamar. Period. That's how I am. But so I understand what he said about everything he touches. I mean, with everything he fucks up. I was that type of individual too. I fucked up a lot of things. I get into and listen, my relationship, I can say 98% of them, it was me.
Period.
So I understand what Lamar was saying.
I never really tried as hard as I did with this woman, with any other. I never really gave it my all like that. And I was married to a woman that was, shit gave me everything.
Yeah.
So are you still searching for that type of love, and you still regret it, brother?
Well, I don't think no, I'm not, anything doesn't have to be monetary. Love is love.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask you a question? Have you ever thought about going to counseling with her? Your ex. Now I ain't talking about I'm talking about this ex.
My ex-wife?
No, the ex-girlfriend.
Oh, no.
I don't know if I would want to. If I was somebody's ex, I don't know if I would want to go to counseling with that person.
I don't know if I don't believe that he's done. I'm sorry. I just don't believe that. I feel like it's a lot of love. I just feel like it's a lot of hurt. And I just feel like sometimes when you have a lot of hurt and you don't have a lot of tools, we constitute that as we're finished. We're throwing in the towel. But only means that we don't have the tools to make the relationship work.
But sometimes, Tamar, when something is toxic, when something is already toxic, and sometimes it's so broken, you can't go back and go to counseling. You know what I mean? For me, and I'm not passing judgment on him. If I'm looking at my brother and I'm talking to me and Lamar one-on-one, I say, brother, we got to work on ourselves first before we can do anything.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at that because I would think this person would have to go to counseling first.
Right. Yeah.
Even to like balance it out a little bit. Because I'm not giving out no more blue checks to these women. Real facts. That's it.
But Lamar, you said something earlier that you was part of the problem too. You know what I'm saying? Because you said I fuck up everything. So
my ways, but the ways I was moving before this woman.
Got you. Got it.
I tried everything to turn all my ways in.
Yeah.
Now, what if you come into a situation and you both are great people, but it's you two together that have made each other toxic? You wouldn't be open to counseling or therapy to reverse that? So maybe your next partner could have a chance and not have to deal with that toxicity that you had?
Well, maybe if that was the situation, but that's all removed from that being the situation. It wasn't.
Okay.
I've never been one to not admit when I was wrong.
Yeah.
But when I'm being wronged, I'm woke enough to see the light and blessed enough to be woke.
I don't know. I just sense a lot of hurt. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like sometimes, hurt people.
Yeah, but that's one thing too. Like all the toxic shit. Like if it's time to, leave, break up, then just go your own way.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the easy.
Don't try to. Once you try to drag me and discredit who I am or discredit everything that I worked on and discredit my sobriety, all that shit just because you and your feelings, then it's more like, then I'm gonna make it like a street issue, like fuck out of here.
Yeah.